Welcome to the new year, and it's the What It Takes Radio Company, and we're here with our program, Interesting Ideas, helping you to live better right now. And today, what are we going to do? Well, we're inviting you in 24 to do something more. Start with just 3 aspirations, and remember, it's probably not going to be a very good year. Well, what in the world is that all about? Let's see. Well, hi, my friends. Welcome to Interesting Ideas. I'm Stan Houston, and we made it. We made it through 23, and we made it into 24. And we always say, of course, happy New Year. Maybe even best and blessings for the new year. But even though that is all well-intentioned and really well-meant and really hoped for, most of us know from past times that this will probably be a year just kind of like another year. And in fact, there are some ideas that it'll be maybe a little bit of a darker year. And because of that, maybe we need to do a little more of the preparation, not only for victory and triumph and keeping of resolutions and living out affirmations and visions and dreams. Sometimes we just simply need to be a little more thoughtful about the possibilities and how we'll prepare for them. I just have a couple of thoughts, and I'm not going to make any real predictions except for the ones that are quite safe. But maybe a suggestion or two that might make the year at least get started in a little bit different and a little bit better way. Let's see if we can do that. Program is Interesting Ideas, and it begins right now. We took a little time. I don't watch much football anymore. In fact, my wife watches it some, and I really don't watch football much anymore. So we were kind of very much into the Netflix deal as kind of our recreation. It was a very, very busy Christmas time, family and friends from all over, but the New Year's was very quiet. And as I promised, I think I was in bed by 9:30. And I greeted it coolly, warmly, with a nice walk around the lake run at about 6:30 in the morning. It was a nice evening, early morning walk around the lake. So then we did the day, worked very hard, cleaning things, getting Christmas stuff down, but then spent some time watching the movies. We watched Maestro, the story of Leonard Bernstein, and that was a different kind of film. I'm going to think about it a lot more, and I think I may watch it a lot more, but obviously a brilliant, talented artist, yet a very different and many times struggling man. And it was something to watch. It will disappoint some of you. Some of you will be very, very fascinated by it. And some of you, like me, for a lot of it, I just didn't understand it. But I did that. Then there was about what was called Dave's Bank. And it was a great story about a guy in England who decided to help his community by starting his own bank. And the powers that be in Great Britain, the big banks, were going to do everything they could to make sure that, a guy who sold minivans would not be given the opportunity to have a bank. Well, he did. And it's a fun story, and I think you might enjoy it. It gets good ratings from Netflix, and it's, Dave's Bank. We did that. But what was also clear is that we are into the year, and things will be pretty much the same. What can change? Joseph Biden will still be president of the United States, and he'll just continue to be Joe, do what Joe does. And if you like that, that's fine. The majority of people don't, but that's what will happen. we will get what we've always got. And then we'll have to at least observe and maybe participate in the election. And who knows what might happen. Joe might be reelected, even though his record and his popularity is not good at the moment. Who knows? And then on the Republican side, will Donald Trump or Christy Haley or somebody else, what will happen there? Well, always keep in mind that the power of government is usually to make things a little bit worse for us, but they have a hard time making things better for us. So may I just suggest a couple things that might be helpful to you. First of all, as you look at the year ahead of you, don't make any real resolutions. However, I would really encourage you to have some aspirations. How do you want the year to be a little bit different? Just that, a little bit different, because it probably is not going to be big different. Try and see if you can gain more sleep and lose a little weight. By the way, that covers lots of people. But if you can do that, that little deal will help, I know. Now, I'm quite proud of myself. As I said before, finally last July, I was just sick of him. Me. I was heavier than I had ever been before, and I didn't like it, and I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. And so I did, up and down, up and down. Finally, I said, I'm going to do it. And I had the great thrill of saying if I could lose 30 plus pounds by the first of the year, that would be great. And when I checked the scale on December 31st, I had lost almost 37 pounds. Feel a lot better. Clothes fit better. I feel healthier. One of my friends said, well, your face is still kind of fat. You have a fat head, Stan. But it has made a difference. And I just encourage you, no magic formula. I read the book again. Read the book about what is good for your brain. You don't care about your body. I know you care about your brain. What is good for your brain is good for your body. The food and the things you do that will help you not dement as fast will also be good for your body. So figure that out. And take the sleep seriously, and there are ways to do that, and I would just encourage you to do that. I, of course, would also encourage you to find ways of expressing yourself and learn a bit about how to express yourself and to do it somewhat on the media. Just, whatever job you have, I don't care. Whatever, if you can learn to present better in public, if you can learn to use the little microphone that's sitting here, which you can't see but picks up what I'm talking about, if you can learn to use, in some cases, even the video camera to express yourself and to share some of the things that might be helpful and useful to others, you should do that. As I pointed out, everybody needs to have a little bit of performing lessons. If you can take nothing more than a little community course on the basics of acting, that would be very helpful for you. I have a class on how to be a podcaster. You don't have to do one, just learn what it's like. As one man said, I'm not going to do a podcast right now, but what I learned about communication was really helpful, about just talking to people. And so I would encourage you to become a little bit more masterful in your self-expression. That'll be good for you. As someone said, if you want something new, you have to learn how to ask for something new. You have to learn how to say something new. You have to learn how to do something new. And I would really encourage you to do that if you can. We can help you do that. But you'll feel better if you know, I'm losing a bit of weight. I'm getting a little better sleep, and I feel a little bit better about my ability to communicate. The rest of the year is just going to be what it is. And it's probably going to be, the Israelis said the war is going to go on. And it will. And the situations about the homelessness, the border, the other distractions in our life, they will continue on. What the economy is going to do, we don't know. I have, unfortunately, for some people, and good for me, some news. The New York Times is doing like most newspapers, is laying off journalists and writers. A lot of that's happening. People aren't reading the newspaper anymore. They laid off a lot of writers, but interestingly enough, they hired 10 new people for their audio team. Now, I just was able to tell a business owner that is still trying to make his marketing work. The traditional means, yeah, you know what they are. And it's not going very well because no advertising is going very well. They do a lot of it, but it isn't necessarily very effective. And in fact, in some cases, there's so much of it that it just turns people off. However, there is a way to be informative and helpful and useful. Every business now needs an audio team. You have to have 2 or 3 people, maybe more, maybe just one, a team of one, who can give words, give meanings, give self-expression to the message and story of your business. You will need somebody who knows how to audio well. People do things mostly because they hear them rather than what they oftentimes see or even read them. It is hearing that often matters. Even in the videos that you see, it's oftentimes, obviously, more of the talk than the typing or the texting or, just perhaps the viewing. I'm done for today. It's going to be a good year if we make it one. It's going to be a difficult year if we just kind of go with the flow and take what comes us. So that's it. I have a number of things I want to share with you that might be helpful. Why don't you tell me how I could help you? What would you like me to talk about or tell you about or speak about? Because I've got a whole list of things, but I'd like to hear from you. And I would love to hear that you'd like to be on the radio show, and we'd be glad to audition you. On the other hand, if you simply have something you'd like me to spend some more time with or recommend for you, I would be grateful to do that. And we do all kinds of live performances as well as radio and TV shows, especially for you and your organization. We never do a program that is generic. It's always just for you. Those are the most powerful words in the English language. I did this for you. You make the difference. Hey, StanHouston@gmail.com, StanHouston@gmail.com, witradio.net, witradio.net. Otherwise, you can just look around the web and put Stan Houston in, see what comes up. There's thousands of things out there. Maybe one of them will be useful and entertaining to you too. So I'm here, I'm there, I'm everywhere in that sense. And by the way, you need to be that way too. And I'll talk about that maybe the next couple of days. She's here, she's there, she's everywhere. That was one woman's key to true $1 million success. Take care. Until next time, whenever that is, but it'll be soon. Bye for now.